Hey guys, this is Pete from Crunch Time Coaching. Today we're going to break down the match between Roger Federer and Mischa Zverev. If you are a Roger fan, this is getting really, really exciting. No one expected this when the draw came out, not even Roger Federer after his match win today. He said he was just hoping to win 3 or 4 rounds, and that would have been a success story from him. And especially when people were looking at his draw, many people thought, wow, he has a really tough draw. Now, obviously, today having to play Zverev, who Zverev idolizes Federer and admits that openly, you know, that was a gift for Federer, probably just what the doctor ordered, rather than having to play Murray, which whether he beat Murray or didn't beat Murray, we know that that would have been a very physical, grinding match and would not have been easy. But this was kind of just what the doctor ordered. Roger was able to win in 3 sets. In his 3rd set, I want you to think about these numbers. Roger hit 30 winners. Think about that. He hit 30 winners in a set he won 6-2. Like Brad Gilbert said, he had never seen those kind of numbers before, to where you can have such a short set and hit 30 winners. That's not easy to do. And how was Federer able to handle the match so much easier than Murray? What was the difference? And actually, my counterpart, my buddy Matt, did a pre-match analysis and was saying that the big difference was going to be the second serve. And Murray's played incredible, obviously, in the last 6 months, but his second serve can be picked on, and Mischa was picking on that, and he was taking a lot of Murray's second serves and hitting it right up the middle at Murray's shoelaces, and then coming in with some really awesome volleys. Where against Roger, it was the complete opposite. Roger won 64% of his second serve points. He won, I think they said he won more second serve points than he won on his first serve. Now, his first serve, I think he won like 63 or 62% of his first serve points. So obviously he's winning a lot on his first and second serve. And so we saw that when Mischa was trying to get on top of the ball, many times he would miss the ball just long or just wide. That it was just a little too tough to play in close, because Roger just hits it so much. He's got a bigger kick. He hits it deeper in the box than he needs to. He mixes it up a lot more. It's a lot less predictable than an Andy Murray serve. And so it wasn't easy to play in here, then get to the net. And that was a big difference, because then even if he made it, obviously, Roger's 1-2 punch, which he probably has the best 1-2 punch in the history of tennis, he was able to take whatever Zverev was not able to hit cleanly, and then swipe a big forehand winner away. And also, we saw that Roger did a good job of getting a lot of balls back low or into the body, where Zverev had to just deflect the ball off the racket, couldn't do much with it in the big games, and Federer would then pass him. Federer's backhand passing shot down the line looked really good. In fact, for this whole tournament, Federer's backhand, I think, has been a big difference, to where Federer, so this is something we want to look for when he goes to play Stan. And if Federer's feeling really good, we're going to notice that he's going to be hitting his backhand down the line confidently. He's also hitting more backhand winners cross court, especially he's hitting that serve out wide on the deuce side. And if he can move around and hit an inside out forehand, he's doing that. If he can, and the ball's in the corner, he's been able to take many of those balls and come over the ball and hit a winner off that, where in the past, he'd be comfortable chipping that ball and getting into a rally. And so I think this is going to be a big key for when he goes to play Stan. So now that he's done and he's moved on, he's in the semifinals, let's talk what Roger needs to do to win the tournament. So if you're a Roger fan, you're excited that he's made it to the semifinals. But if you look at who stands in his way, you have to be kind of nervous about that, because Roger, for many people, said, well, Roger can't win another slam. They've been saying that for years, and he hasn't. So in one respect, they're right. But how many semifinals and finals has he got to? So obviously, if you're getting that far, you can win. It's just the people in his way he's had a tough time against. And so who stands in his way potentially? Wawrinka, who he's going to have to play, and potentially Rafa Nadal, who is really the first man on tour who was able to take it to Roger. Roger looked unbeatable for years on tour. Then Rafa came along and, kind of got the better of Roger. So this is going to be tough if you are a Federer fan. He's going to have to be two people that really, when they play well, Roger has a tough time against. So what's going to be the key for this? He's got to keep the point short against both players, especially Wawrinka. Stan is just so strong. So Roger's got to have his 1-2 punch working. He's got to stay on the baseline and be able to get the 1-2 punch working. His serves to the corners, we noticed that Roger can really get the ball off the court on both sides with his slice, and then his flat serve out here on the ad side, and also his kick serve out there. Those are going to have to be working very well. If he can get Stan running early in the point and never get settled in and get his legs under him, the more he can make Stan slice, he's got a really good opportunity within those first couple of shots, because Stan is one of the only players on tour I can think of who will routinely slice back a forehand return. So he chips his forehand and backhand return often, especially when he's not feeling as confident. But when he's able to settle into a rally, then he can really bully you around the court. Not only can he hit the ball, he's got a great down the line backhand shot. We know he's got a huge forehand. But besides the sheer winners that he can hit, he can also just bully you around the court. You can tell that his ball is very heavy. You can tell it's got a lot of weight. It's got heavy spin to it, plus it goes through the court. It's a really tough ball. And I've noticed that when he is on his game, that I have seen Roger have to drop back behind the baseline and get into defensive counterpunching mode. And that's, even though Roger's very good at that too, that's not his game. That's not the way he prefers to play. And so I think that match is really going to come down to the first couple balls, especially on Roger's serve, so he can protect it. But also if he can figure out a way to hopefully on Stan's second serve, which I don't think Stan's second serve is the greatest. Hopefully he'll be coming more over the balls, not just chipping the backhand back and play, looking to take offense off of that. So let me know what you guys think. Really want to know who you think is going to win that matchup between Stan and Roger. If I had to pick, I hate to say this, if I had to pick, because I think it's hard to just go through 3-set match and always be on with a 1-2 punch. And I think that's what it's going to take. I'm going to have to pick Stan, even though I would love Roger to win. So I really, really hope that I am wrong. Let me know what you guys think. And then we got the other side where we got Milos versus Rafa. I want to know who you guys think is going to win that match. Obviously, the breakdown in that match is that Raonic is going to have to take the racket out of Rafa's hand. I mean, that becomes about, again, the first couple of shots too. If Rafa gets through the first 2 shots, he will win. If Rafa is trouble and struggling to get the ball in play, and if Milos can take a couple big swipes at some Rafa serves and kind of get lucky, and well, not necessarily lucky because he's a great player, but you know what I mean. Just kind of the way Sampras used to play. If he can take some chances early on a return and take the point away from Rafa, he will win. But if Rafa can extend the points and make it a grinding match, I don't see how Milos could beat him. If I had to pick, again, because it's over 3-set, you're going to have to win 3 sets versus Rafa. When Rafa gets deep into a tournament, that's when he gets his confidence back. That's when he gets his feeling that he likes to talk about. He says he feels good physically. And Rafa, let's face it, he's a big-time, big match player. And he doesn't lose very often when he gets past the quarterfinals. So I like Nadal in that match. Dimitrov is there. Goffin is there. I see maybe Dimitrov getting through that. But as great as those players are, I don't see either of them getting through a Rafa Nadal. So, I mean, I'm looking for a Nadal Wawrinka final. That will be very interesting because I do think that when Stan is on his game, now Stan can handle the heavy balls. Stan, they both like to hit heavy balls back and forth, and Stan is able to hit through the ball a little more. Rafa's spin doesn't bother Stan. It doesn't look like that much to me. So I think that Stan would have the advantage there, to be honest. I think when Stan is on his game, I know that Stan, compared to Roger and Nadal, you can't consider him one of the greatest players ever like those two. But the odd thing is I think when Stan is at the top of his game, at least within the last couple of years, those guys kind of have the racket taken out of their hand and are at the mercy of his strength and his ability to hit through the court. So I guess what I'm saying, even though I don't want to say this, but nothing against Stan, I really like Stan. I guess I'm saying that I think Stan is going to win the Australian Open this year. And, but hey, they got to play the matches. And I would be happy for Stan because I think he's a great guy. But my first pick is I would love to see Roger win. If Roger doesn't win, I'd love to see Rafa win. Wouldn't even mind seeing a Raonic win because I think he's been working really hard, deserves to win one. I think all the guys on tour are really cool. But anyway, that's it. Let me know what you guys think. Please like this video. If you like the video, that makes me feel really good. I really do appreciate likes. And comment below. We certainly want to know your opinions. If you don't want to miss any of my future videos, my name is Peter Freeman. I have a website, crunchtimecoaching.com. You can check it out. It's an online instruction site. And so I help players, recreational players, get better in their game. And I love to do that. In fact, what I will do for you at the end, when this video becomes settled in on YouTube, I will put up here in the corner, I think it's up here in the corner, I will put a free training on Roger Federer's 3 go-to plays that you can learn that actually work very, very well at the recreational level. So check it out. It's going to be up here somewhere. I'll also put it on the end screens. And so just have fun with it. And that's it, guys. Thanks so much. Keep watching the Australian Open.